Hey guys, happy Friday and welcome to Morning Joe with me, Jim. Hope you got your cup of Morning Joe. And by the way, it is not my birthday today, but Christiana's. So if you've done a loan with us, you've, pardon me, interacted with Christiana, you know her. And if you will do a loan with us in the future, you'll get to know Christiana. She's awesome part of the team. And it's her birthday today. I'll let you guess how old she is. And I'll bet you'll get it wrong if you do. So, hey, I wanted to share something with you today that's very interesting. It's the article kind of backs up what I'm seeing, right? And that is buyers are regaining some of their negotiation power in today's housing market. And I think that's awesome because remember the last couple of years, if you were in the market the last couple of years and kind of got discouraged, now's the time to maybe get undiscouraged and get enthused again because here's why the return of contingencies. Remember, for a long time, contingencies is if you have a house to sell and you're going to buy another house, but the contract says, hey, it's contingent upon the sale of my existing home, right? Because that's where the down payment's coming from. Once you sell your existing home, your debt ratio goes down again, right? And you can afford this next home, et cetera, et cetera. Contingencies were not being accepted, I mean, hardly at all, if at all, for the last couple of years. And now they are. And I think that's awesome. And a lot of times that's a question people have. If I have a house to sell, but I'm buying a house, how's that work? You just have to sell one before the other, but it can be the same day. You can go close on the sale of your house at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. close on the purchase of the new home. Just has to happen in that order. That's all. So yeah, exactly. And sellers are more willing to help with closing costs. I'm telling you, I probably can count on one hand in the last 18 months from mid 2020 to the end of 2021. I can probably count on one hand the contracts that came across this desk that had closing costs paid by the seller. It just didn't happen. The sellers didn't have to, and they didn't want to, and they wouldn't. And they had enough buyers that they had someone who was going to say, yeah, I'll pay all my closing costs. It's fine. But it's very helpful, especially first-time home buyers, to have the closing costs paid by the seller to negotiate that. And now they are. Not in every case. And it's still kind of a seller's market, but it's tending toward that again, right? And I love it. It's just the great thing about this market and what we're leveling out, right? It was a white hot seller's market, and now it's still kind of a seller's market, but it's leveling out, and that's what we want, especially if you're a buyer. So I think it's an awesome time to be looking right now because it's not a time to get discouraged because there's 23 other offers on that same home. There might be 2 or 3, but we can work with that, especially if we get you pre-approved and fully approved. A lot of times we're going from pre-approval to really within 48 hours, sometimes 24, a full underwriting approval. And that just helps your negotiating power. If we can help you get pre-approved, reach out.